Hi everyone, Mark here from 1000 Simple Recipes. Today I'm going to do the Texan favourite, the chili con carne. Now this video is for you, George, and I know there's many arguments of what can and can't go into a chili con carne. And I've even heard wild stories of cowboys of old dueling at 10 paces with pistols. But if it tastes fantastic, why fight over it? Now you can eat this with rice, with pasta, with cornbread, with corn chips, flour tortillas, etc, etc. And if you've got a whole heap of guests coming over for dinner or lunch, this is a great one to feed the masses. So here's my version of the chili con carne. Here we have our ingredients for our chili con carne, and I've got some free-range organic beef and some bacon. I've got a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste, a can of crushed tomatoes, a glass of red wine, some oregano dried, some ground cumin, some cocoa, some red kidney beans, but you could use navy beans or any beans you like, and I've also got some garlic, a habanero chili, which is optional, and a red onion. And as always, the ingredients and the recipe is in the description box below. So we start to cook the chili con carne now, and the first thing I'm going to do is brown off our mince. And you want a hot pan, and I've got about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're just going to quickly brown this off, and then we'll add our bacon. So this has just been on, this pound or 500 grams of mince, for about 1.5 minutes, and as you can see it's totally changed colour and it's browned off nicely. I'm just going to take this off the heat and start with our bacon now. So in the same pot I'm going to fry off my bacon now, and I'm just going to add my 2 rashers of free-range bacon, and we'll just quickly give that a quick stir, and then we'll add our onions, our garlic, and our chili. Now the chili is optional, of course, and just want to basically just give this a little bit of a fry up, just to get a little bit of colour into the bacon before we start put the onions in there. This is just going to give this chili con carne such a wonderful taste and texture. Now I'm just going to add my onions now, and that's only been on, I only had fried that for about 20 seconds or so, if that. And we'll just add our chili and our garlic. Now of course if you don't like chili, don't add chili, but as it says in the recipe, chili con carne, so maybe you can just put a milder one in there. I've got a habanero, and I'm just going to fry this up. I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of sugar and about a teaspoon of salt to that. So this has been on for about 3 minutes now, and as you can see the onions are now translucent, and I can really start to smell the chili and the onions, and I'm just going to add my spices now. Basically what we're doing here is we just want to layer the flavours, so when we add our mince back, all these flavours of the bacon, the onions, the spices and herbs are all going to transfer through that mince. And as you can see, we've got now a really dark, with that cocoa in there, and that just gives it a really nice flavour, that cocoa, through the chili con carne. So all the while I've had this on high heat right from the start, so it's just been on a full high heat, and I can really start to smell the spices, the cumin and the oregano, and it's starting to dry. I'm just going to add my mince, and it's just been about, I'd say about, I've fried those for about 30 seconds, and I'll just add my meat back in, and we'll stir that through. Just pushing the meat over to the side there, and we'll just throw this 2 tablespoons of tomato paste into the bottom of the pot and just fry that off for a second at the bottom, just for say 15 to 20 seconds. And so I'm just going to add my tomatoes, my crushed Italian tomatoes in there. That's just 1 can of those. Mix that through. I'm sure the cowboys didn't have red wine, but it tastes so damn good that I'm going to put it in anyway. So now we're just going to bring this up to a simmer, and then we'll turn the heat down, cover it, and let this cook for at least half an hour before we add our red kidney beans. So this has been simmering away for about half an hour, and I'm now going to add my kidney beans. And I use dried kidney beans, and I soak these overnight, and I'll cook this for another half an hour. But if you use canned beans, which I know most of you will, do try the dried ones because they'll taste that much better. But if you use the canned ones, they're already cooked, so I'd take the beans out of the can, wash them, and then add them right at the end of your chili con carne for, say, cook them for about 5 or 10 minutes at the end. So this has been on for 30 or 40 minutes now with the beans in it, but like I said, if you had the canned beans, just add them in 5 or 10 minutes before you want to serve up. So here we have the famous Tex-Mex meal, the chili con carne. And I've got some Mexican rice with this, so check the link for that. And I'm just going to have a taste of this now. I tell you, that is very, very good. I'm not just saying it for the video, it really is good. All the textures and layers going through that, you've really got to try this. So subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week with another fantastic recipe on 1,000 simple recipes. Bye.